Hi everybody and welcome back to another video on the Toon Review YouTube channel, where today news is broken that Newcastle United are in for yet another Brazilian sensation. And this time the word sensation is probably relevant to this kid because he is a fantastic talent, a real player. Now we'll come on to that in just a minute, guys, but if you do enjoy today's video, as usual, please do hit that like button. It does send us right up the search results on YouTube. And also, if you're new to the channel, come and join the Toon Review community by hitting that subscribe button. Very close to 15,000 subscribers now. So with your help, we can get there. And also hit that notification bell, which will let you know when we upload or we go live. Thank you very much for that. Now, on to the video. And the player we are talking about today is Santos winger Angelo Gabriel. Now, this kid is 17 years old. And again, it just highlights what Newcastle United are trying to do by bringing in these real young kids and building for the future. But the difference with this guy is he has experience, and a lot of it already. He is 17 years old and has already made 92 professional appearances. Now, that is incredible. When you take into consideration that Fabian Schär, for instance, has just hit 100 Premier League games for Newcastle. Now, obviously, he's played professionally for a while, but just for Newcastle purposes, 100 games. Now, this guy is 17. He doesn't turn 18 till December and has already made 92 appearances for Santos. Now, what goes with that? He scored 3 goals and 7 assists as well so far in his career. As I say, he isn't 18 till December. This kid is sensational. And I really mean that. You know, if you go and look at the information on this guy, you will see he's represented Brazil under 15, under 17 level. And once again, it highlights just how much Newcastle United are wanting to build for the future by bringing in these young kids, these absolute amazing talents that will play for Newcastle United for many, many years to come. The likes of Dan Ashworth, Darren Eales, they're all doing what they were brought in to do. Is not just look at the first team, not just look at the players we have now, but they are looking at the players we're going to have in the future. And that, for me, is so exciting for Newcastle United. It is incredible to think that we are now shopping around, messing with the big boys, you know, because we know there's big teams out there who are looking at these youngsters, but we have the pulling power now. We have that. We have what it takes to go out there and talk to these youngsters and the representatives and show them what Newcastle United is all about, show them what they'll be coming to. And they're coming to a club with ambition, with positivity, and with a real desire for success in the very near future. You know, we're now lying 4th in the Premier League. That will also be a big selling point. A lot of players will be looking at, not just the youngsters, but any players that we look at in January will also be looking at this football club now. And it's, well, what is a meteoric rise already in the space of 12 months since the takeover? Because it's now a wonderful club to be around, and everybody is looking at that. And players talk to each other. We know that. They all talk about the football clubs and where the best stuff going and things like that. Newcastle United is one of them. And the fact that this kid is only 17... and he could literally walk into a Premier League side is incredible. Now, we did look at him actually twice on the channel back in January. Alex did some stats breakdown of him back in January twice, and he looks sensational. And I know I've said that word a few times on this video, but he really is incredible. When you're 17 years old and you've made 92 appearances already, that really says something. And the fact that he's represented Brazil under 15, under 17, this kid is ready to go already. He's got the experience. You know, you worry about maybe 17-year-olds coming into a first team and, you know, will they do well? Will they fit in well? This guy's got it all. He really has. And it's very exciting. He's a freak of nature. That's what he is. He's a freak of nature. And for us to be going out and getting these sort of players, wow. I mean, look, we know this channel isn't in the know. We don't know if he's definitely going to sign. I'm going off what reports have been said from Brazilian media, from English media, you know, and this is what this kid could bring to Newcastle United. Let's just make sure we say that we don't know if he's coming or not. This is just reports that we have put in a bid. Now, he does have a £52 million release clause in his contract already. £52 million at 17-year-old. That it just says it all, really, doesn't it? Incredible player. But Newcastle have been rumoured to put in a bid around 25 to 27 million. Now, obviously, it's up to Santos, really. They know they're going to get some decent money for this player sooner or later. But obviously, with him only being 17, his price right now is really high. They have an opportunity to cash in against Santos. Now, I know we've been linked with a few Santos players in recent weeks, but this guy is a standout. This guy is a real standout for me. And, we've already got the likes of Garan Kual to come in. We've signed some fantastic youngsters already, that are now playing in the under-23s, or, they're there for the future, which is massive for Newcastle. We have some very, very talented footballers now coming through the academy, and some of them are ready for first team by the time next season and the season after starts. We just keep rolling them off. And I'm just delighted that we've got the staff now who are going out there and looking at these absolute brilliant talents to come in and not looking at them for a sell-on price, in 2 or 3 years' time. They are looking at players now for the future of Newcastle United. Not any other club, but Newcastle. And that's where I am really excited about what these guys are doing behind the scenes for this football club. It's really exciting times, guys. So that is Angelo Gabriel from Santos. So if you want to go and read about him, there's plenty of stuff out there on the internet. Now, a couple of other things. Unai Emery, of course, has taken the reins at Aston Villa, and we were highly, highly linked with him before, of course, Eddie Howe came in. Now, Unai Emery has said that he simply rejected Newcastle because of Villarreal's situation in the Champions League. He felt it would be very, very poor of him to leave a club the size of Villarreal in the Champions League. He wanted to give it a shot. Now, whether you believe that or not, I can understand that in a way. He's got very, very high emotional ties to Villarreal. But a lot of Newcastle fans, of course, saying that he bottled it. He didn't want the challenge. But now he's gone to Villa, who are fourth off bottom, I believe. And it's a massive challenge that he's walking into there, because the club's flat as a fart at the minute, apart from the weekend when, of course, they beat Brentford. But they've got a long, long way back to go. And, you're getting these Villa fans already coming out on social media saying, oh, he turned down Newcastle United. You claim you're a massive club, but he turned you down. Give over, will you? Yeah, honestly, you're acting like a bunch of wet wipes again, Villa fans. Grow up, and let's just see how he does. You were babbling on about how you got Gerrard before we got Eddie Howe, and you were saying, oh, we've won with Gerrard, we've won. That turned out well for you, didn't it? So I'd keep your gobs shut until Emery proves himself or gets you up the table, because right now you're in a whole host of dog shit. So keep your gobs shut. Stop having a go at Newcastle United, because we're living rent-free in your heads at the minute. We really are. Grow up and see how he actually does. But that was the reason, apparently, that he turned down Newcastle United, because of the Champions League situation with Villarreal. Now, finally, Cristiano Ronaldo, who we know is having a pretty awful time of it at Manchester United. Some fans say that he should be leaving. Some fans are kicking off saying that they're disrespecting one of the best players to ever play the game. Now, reports have come out this morning that he has been offered to Chelsea, Arsenal, and Newcastle United by his representatives. Now, I'm not really bothered about that report itself, but what I'm bothered about is the fact that we're now being mentioned along with these other big clubs in the Premier League. We're getting mentioned now with the very, very big players coming to our club. That's the meteoric rise that I was talking about earlier in the video that we have had. We are right up there now, and representatives are trying to push their players onto us as well as the other big boys in the Premier League. So for me, in a way, that report really makes me smile, because it says just how far we've come. Now to be linked with somebody like Ronaldo, as well as Chelsea and Arsenal. I mean, me particularly, would I have Ronaldo at Newcastle United? Probably not. And I can't believe I'm saying that, because, for me, Ronaldo is one of the greatest of all time. He's just an incredible, he's an enigma. He's incredible. He's a legend. He's a living legend. And nobody can deny the career that he's had. Whether you like him as a person or not, that's irrelevant. It's football and things I'm talking about here. And for me, he's one of the greatest of all time. No doubt about it. But the way his attitude's been lately, the age he's at, would Eddie Howe have him in the dressing room? Because, he's that big of an ego. I don't think Eddie would want him in that dressing room and disrupting things the way they are. He wants players to come in there that are all together, playing for each other as a team, not individually. And we know that Ronaldo a lot of the time plays as an individual. He has done all his career. He sees himself as the team, but he's not that. It's the fact that Eddie Howe, I just don't think wants that disruption in the dressing room. I'd be amazed if Ronaldo came to Newcastle. I'd be staggered actually, because he doesn't seem like an Eddie Howe player. He seems like somebody who needs to go to a club where he's the number one guy. And he wouldn't be that at Newcastle United. But there you go, guys. That is the news today. Some very, very positive news coming out that we are, again, working so hard behind the scenes to bring in these absolute sensations. And that's what this guy, Gabriel, is. He's a sensation. And let's just keep fingers crossed when January turns around, there's a deal in place, and he is then a Newcastle United player, because it is certainly massively, massively onwards and upwards from here. So there you go, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would this guy be another fantastic addition to the growing youth that we've got at Newcastle United, or would he be coming straight into the first team? Because let's face it, 92 appearances for Santos, this guy can do it already. He can come straight in. If you're good enough, you're old enough, in my opinion, and this guy certainly is. What do you think about Unai Emery and the Villa fans' comments, and, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo? Let me know. I do read all the comments, guys, so do let me know how you're feeling. But if you have enjoyed the video, as usual, guys, please hit that like button for me. It does help the Toon Review move up those YouTube search results, so more people can find us and subscribe to us. We're very, very close to 15,000 subscribers now. So if you could, guys, hit that like button. If you're new and you like what you see, please do subscribe. It is free to do so. Come and join this fantastic community. We've got some wonderful subscribers on this channel. It is a big family. And also hit that notification bell, which will let you know when we go live or we record a video. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a fantastic Tuesday, and I'll see you soon. Take care.